Hey glowers, what's up? Coming back at you guys. All right, so I'm coming with my first. I'm really excited. Y'all see this is the glow is real today. The glow is on. I'm really excited because this is my first time doing a review. And my review is going to be on this new show that, of course, I'm sure everybody's heard of it. Or most of us have heard of it, Cherish Today. And the reason why I love it, because also I love that Sade song. I've always loved that Sade song. I'm a big Sade fan. Um, I would not give any credence to the claim. I think Nas used to have a line that Sade that he was the only in that Sade ever dated. I don't know, y'all, how true y'all think that is. But at any rate, so I love the title already. Like I knew I was going to be in love with this. Anna DuVernay does an amazing job telling stories that are relative, engaging, and very sensitive and very aware. So already knew out the box it was going to be a really good engaging opportunity to kind of see this, but at the same time I want to say my standards were high, but they weren't as high as this exceeded what my expectations were. So y'all know I do not have a TV. So I tuned in Saturday to catch the full episode on YouTube. I was super excited. As soon as it loaded, I was like, yes, I'm in, I'm here for it, you know. And I love the way it opened. The reason being, y'all, because like I said, y'all know your girl been single and celibate for a few years, but I still remember, what those moments felt like, the heat of the moment, the passion, the disappointment sometimes. Yeah, that's a part of it. Just the whole experience. My body still remembers, my heart still remembers, my emotion was still there. So my emotional intelligence is very high. So I love the opening scene between Evan and Gently. I can definitely tell you that I relate more to Evan's side of things than I do to Gently's. But with Gently, I do relate to just kind of being in that struggle that you're not the typical black girl. You're not the typical black girl. So, you don't want the typical black girl experiences, but that doesn't keep you from having the typical black girl realities. All right. But with Evan, I more so related, and I saw glimpses of myself in both, but I just saw more of myself in Evan, and I don't think that's because I'm more masculine. I just think that with the ambitions and with the education background and with the upbringing, my life was definitely a little bit more like his. So at any rate, the scene opens and they're both having relations with other people. Evan is having his relations with a lighter skinned female. Gently is a dark skinned, beautiful queen, and She's having relations with a darker skinned, masculine looking brother, and so they both come, no pun intended, at the conclusion that this sexual scenario is going to be ultimately disappointing for them. So after their significant others in the scene or their partners in the scene reach their climax, they're both done, and they seem to both have that look of being done, like it's not going to be worth their time. And even though they satisfied their persons, it's not going to be worth their time to even try to get one for themselves. It's like, okay, I'm over it. They're over the moment. So it proceeds throughout. They proceed rather. He gets in his Tesla. Can't identify there, even though I've written in a few. And she gets in her Uber, and I can definitely identify there. And they go their respective ways. Because again, they're not with each other in this scene, so they're going their opposite ways. So, the the story continues, and they end up running into each other at the library. But before we get to that point, can we just please give it up for Anna DuVernay having the beautiful, the classic, the timeless Cicely Tyson in this thing? Y'all, just every time I see her, I just want to come on. And it's Black History Month. So, this is Black History Month 2020. Who would have ever thought that Jane Pittman, who y'all remember when Cicely Tyson played Jane Pittman, but she would outlive Tupac, Biggie, Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant. I mean, who? Michael Jordan's dad. I remember just like, seeing her when I was young and just thinking, oh, well, a couple of years, and this lady, shoot, tomorrow's not promised, might outlive me, knock on wood. But at any rate, just always love seeing her because it adds a depth. You know that you're watching something real if Cicely Tyson is gracing it with her presence. And so I got that moment, and chills literally went up my spine when she was revealed. So, and I love the character that she plays as well. She plays an actress that really just never got, like, kind of like a Josephine Baker, like a Renaissance actress that just never got her proper appreciation and proper dues. And I love having her, someone who is so iconic, play that, because it lets y'all know that even in her iconic state, there is still more that she should be recognized for and appreciated for, that she just does not get. She just does not get. She does not get the full on, and she absolutely deserves it. I mean, she's Hollywood royalty, but beyond, right? I mean, she was married to Miles Davis for... Let me continue. So they're in the library, and Miss Gently is a talker, y'all. And so that's also how I can identify. She's a talker. If y'all haven't gotten that by now, right? So am I. And she's gonna talk you out of. She's like me. She's gonna talk water. She's gonna talk water out of a rock. She's gonna talk ice from an Eskimo. She's gonna talk it. So Evan is waiting in line behind her, and are in the line and a couple of steps back, and he overhears this conversation. He intercedes. He offers to, clear away the debt. And she does not want him to do that. She just wants this lady to respect the fact, put some respect on, this her boss's name. And so, in the end, and I love that the librarian was the sister from Cosby. I'm telling y'all, Anna DuVernay, you are doing it right, okay? So I loved all of it. And so she proceeds to get everything waived, and that's such a Courtney Omega move. If you do not know about me, you better ask somebody about me. We're going to get it waived today. Wave boss moves. You got to pull them. And he ends up looking her up on Instagram. Now, that I can't relate to. I guess no one has ever slid into my DMs. I mean, say what y'all want to say. The last person, or somebody on one of the last videos told me that my eyebrows were not it. Okay, I'm sorry. My eyebrows are not it. But nobody has ever slid into my DMs. It does not happen. I mean, it doesn't happen for me. So at any rate, he slid into her DM, and they ended up meeting for cheesecake. And then they go run an errand. And I can really identify with this. I saw so many people in the comments are just like, oh, he could have been a killer and da-da-da-da. Y'all, I used to do stuff like this all the time. I'm talking about for years. For years, I used to literally, I would be at a store and I'd be like, hey, matter of fact, did you drive here by any chance? They'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, oh, can I get a ride back to campus? Yeah, I did this for years. I went to FAMU, and that the bus would stop running at night at Walmart, and so I would just always catch rides home with randoms, and sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, can I see you tomorrow?" And it'd be like, depending on how they look, yeah, let's go out, let's get something to eat tomorrow. And sometimes we went out that night, maybe to Denny's, or Bennigan's was open at the time. So I've done stuff like that. So I get it. But I could tell the millennials and the younger folk, they were they were triggered. They were like, nobody does that. This dude could be crazy. And why they sitting on the stoop? Who does this? And I'm like, wow, this is where Anna DuVernay is telling her age a little bit. So they proceed the rest of the day, and then just some real insecurities kind of come out in her in regards to letting a man lead, regards to always having to be right. I can relate to this, and this is where I can see my growth as a person outside of a relationship that I necessarily couldn't see when I was within the relationship. So the first episode concludes with basically her abandoning him and running from a situation instead of addressing it and compromising, and him deciding, hey, it's just not worth it. I'm a good looking guy. I have a lot going for me. This sister is on something else. She got angry black girl issues, and I'm just not going to deal with it. That's what the look said. I'm not saying that that's what Anna DuVernay said, or there's no narration or anything like that, but that's what the look said. So I am all about tuning in for the next show. I definitely, out of five, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being definitely a must watch, and 1 being, if it's on, maybe I'll watch it. It's definitely a 5. I think just quality characters in this day and time is so important. Representation is so important and so quintessential to the growth and to being able to appreciate and see yourself in this other light. And I just, on the whole, I just think that it's really time for us to have characters that look and feel and sound like us. It's beyond time. And I love Evan and Gently for being representative of that. And I also love that, hey, when Evan was picking up his niece or what have you, he took her to the library, and they're talking about Zora Neale Hurston. Like, these are characters, these are people that we need to know. The first time that you hear of a certain figure, historical figure, shouldn't be from someone who doesn't even look like you. I don't like that. So I really love what Anna DuVernay is doing here. Say what y'all want about Oprah and Gail and Oprah or whatever. Um, Oprah does a lot right. That's not to say that she doesn't do anything wrong, but she does a lot right. So it's a 5 for me. I'll definitely be tuning in. I'll be also, let me know if you like this, if you like me doing a reaction, if you like me doing a response to the show. And if so, I'll try to cut it down next time. So I know this ran a little long. But at any rate, until next time, y'all know what to do. Cherish the day and glow up.